been doing quite a bit of baking and prepping for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so I thought I would show you a few things that I'm making. I'm going to start first today with this 5-minute fudge. It is a Rachel Ray recipe that I got years ago from watching her show. She made this and I jotted it down, and I've made it so many times. I've been using this recipe for years. Now, I don't make it into a wreath. I just make mine in a square 8x8 or a 9x9 pan instead of that. So here we go. So for this 5-minute fudge, you need just a very few ingredients. You need 17 ounces total of chocolate. So here in my measuring cup, I've got all my chocolate. It's heaped over. That is 17 ounces. It's a 12-ounce bag of the semi-sweet chocolate morsels and a 9-ounce bag of butterscotch. Now what I'm using today, what you see at the bottom there, is this Hershey's Cookies and Cream. So I think that is going to be so good, like a cookies and cream fudge maybe. So you use your chocolate, sweetened condensed milk, vanilla, and walnuts. This recipe could not be easier. It turns out perfect every time, and I'm going to get started on it now. Okay, so into the saucepan, I'm going to add my chocolate and my sweetened condensed milk. You don't want to use a real high heat anytime you're working with delicate things like chocolate, milk, butter. You can see that I have gas heat, so it gets moving along real quickly. If you have a heavy bottomed kettle, that always works best for melting things like this. Alright, so that is coming along. Alright, it's looking good. Now, if you use straight semi-sweet or milk chocolate for this, the fudge does have a chocolate color. This time around, since I used white chocolate and a little bit more of the butterscotch morsels, it's going to have this pretty butterscotch color. And what I think is so fun, these pieces that you see are the Oreo pieces. So that is going to make for a really fun fudge. Alright. All the chocolate has melted. The only thing that's left are these pieces of Oreo. So I'm going to turn my heat completely off. I'm going to add in my 1 teaspoon of vanilla. It's my yummy vanilla that I got in Cozumel. It's always nice to pick those up when you're there. Oh wow, the smell is wonderful. Alright, so we have that stirred together, and in with the walnuts. Wonderful. Alright, I'm going to pour this in the pan. I'll show you that in just 1 second. And there you have it. Easiest fudge ever. Not even kidding. So you just want to spread this around. You put this in the refrigerator to chill. Slice it up into little squares, and I usually do mine pretty small because fudge is so rich, it doesn't take much. And just like that, 5-minute fudge. Okay. I wanted to show you how beautiful my fudge turned out. I already took a little piece out of this corner. Let me see if I can get down there and show you. Or look how good that looks. It's set up perfectly. It's very buttery, very delicious. I had to sample it with that little corner right there. And this is going to be a really fun variation. So it's like butterscotch Oreo fudge. How's that? Yummy. All right, for the next recipe that I'll be making, they are called Peanut Butter Macaroons. This is the recipe that I was given originally. We had these at a school bake sale years ago. My mom especially liked them, so she makes them sometimes too. I have seen these called Cornflake Candy or Cornflake Cookies, and they're all the same ingredients. So you know how that goes. Sometimes it's the same ingredients, just different recipe names. So what this one takes, simple 4 ingredients. 1 cup of peanut butter, 2 cups of cornflakes, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 1/2 cup of white corn syrup. You boil these on the stove until the sugar dissolves, and then you remove them from heat. Do not leave it on the heat. Do not use peanut butter over the heat. Move it off the heat onto your hot pad. Then you stir in the peanut butter until it's melted, and then the cornflakes. And then also have your wax paper ready, because you drop your cornflake candy, or whatever you want to call them, onto your wax paper to cool. It's by spoonfuls. Now, I've also seen the recipe where these are put into a greased, say 8x8, something like that, and then they're cut and served in squares. So you could also do that, but we've only had them kind of in cookie form, and that's the way I like to make them. So I'm going to get these on the stove, and I'll show you how these come together. Alright guys, so I was just recording away and realized I had not pressed the button to record. Oh my goodness, so I don't know what footage I have of these, but here is the finished product. The cornflake candy, cornflake cookies, peanut butter macaroons, whatever you want to call them. All I know is they are good. So here we go. This is what they look like. They start firming up pretty quick, so when you get the peanut butter mixed in and the cornflakes, you want to start spooning them out as quick as you can. I use a little mini ice cream scoop, like a cookie dough scoop. That's what I use to put mine out on the wax paper. So there you go. That's another super easy and quick recipe.